KSAT12. The news at noon starts right now.
A longtime San Antonio restaurant on the city's northwest side, no more. Fujii's Japanese Steakhouse, one of the first victims of COVID when it closed in 2019 for renovations, then never reopened. Now, another fire.
In fact, it was the third fire there, and this one was so intense, the remains of the business on Wurzbach will now need to be torn down. Tiffany Huertas explains why putting out those hot spots first is proving to be a tricky task.
I have a group chat with my work, employees and my coworkers, and they said that there was a fire at the abandoned Japanese restaurant.
Anaí Martinez works at a building near this one that caught fire Tuesday morning.
As I came out, I just saw all of the fire trucks, the ambulances.
The fire was called in just before 7 this morning near Data Point Drive and Wurzbach Road.
As soon as we saw fire through the roof, we did what we could to do a search. There's been known to be some people coming in and out.
Fire officials say they were able to do a partial search of the building and found nobody inside. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. This area along Wurzbach Road was closed off to drivers as firefighters put out hot spots.
There's hot spots right now, and this is an older building. It's a lot of wood structure. It's up on piers, and it's got heavy wood floorboards, and it's built on in so many different areas. There's layer on top of layer, so we have to really just get in there and kind of tear into the building in order to get the hot spots.
Fire officials say the building could be demolished.
Structure's unstable, it's unsafe, so city's going to act to go ahead and make it a hazard that can be, get people involved and caught into.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Outside with live cam, few clouds, humidity after that rain yesterday. Is it gone? That's the question.
I think we're going to see another round of some showers and storms this afternoon, David. So we're not completely done with the rainfall yet, although the coverage may be a little bit less today. We're starting to see a few showers and storms pop up on radar. Let me show you here. You look up towards Rock Springs there in Edwards County. You do notice we've got a couple little blips on the radar and a lightning strike there. So we know there's some activity trying to bubble up. And I think as we get into the course next couple of hours, especially late afternoon, you're going to see more activity on this radar. And the possibility is here for us to see some rain here in San Antonio. So some of the weather headlines here. Some random pop-ups today. Humid, yes. Rest of the work week, though, look quieter and warmer. Then by the weekend, we'll add in some rain chances once again. Right now, 81 and mostly cloudy. Dew point is at 64, and we've got light winds. Not much in the way of wind in the forecast today. Temperatures should eventually make their way into the 80s, but if we do see some of those pop-up showers and storms, that'll cool us down some, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. We'll see the rain chance to about 8 o'clock before rain chances fall off with the loss of daytime heating. And as I said, some quieter weather, at least for the next couple of days. We'll take a look at that forecast, the weekend forecast as well, and we'll take a look at some of the rivers and the aquifer as well to see how they're benefiting from this recent rain. That's coming up here in just a couple minutes.
Justin, a man is dead after he was hit by several different drivers on the far west side. The crash happened around 5:40 this morning on West Military Drive near the intersection of Luke Boulevard, not far from JBSA Lackland. According to police, the man was walking in the middle of the street when he was hit by a driver. That man was then run over by several more vehicles. All the drivers did stop to help. The man was pronounced dead at the scene by emergency crews. Police did not say exactly why the man was in the middle of that street, though.
A man who, it seems, was firing a gun out of fear in the street, shaking up early morning fast food shoppers, some of them running for cover when the man allegedly started shooting at random early this morning near a shopping center on the southeast side. Katrina Weber spoke to one man who says his stop for fast food put his family in danger.
Trouble definitely was not on the menu at this all-night Whataburger. But it's just what some people found after 4 this morning as they sat in their cars in line.
Well, I was in the drive-thru just trying to order food for me and my family. There's a normal guy, thought he was normal, walking across the street over there and just started shooting.
We saw police searching for evidence of what Chris Helms saw happen in the area near South New Braunfels and Fair Avenue. He says he had his family, including a 2-year-old, in his SUV when he saw the man with a gun in each hand. He says he scrambled to get away from him.
And I backed all the way up to the True Fit, and he just kept on chasing us.
Police don't believe anyone in particular was a target. They say the gunman seemed to be firing at random into the air and sidewalk. Helms was able to give them a description. Then officers who arrived did the rest. tracking down and arresting the suspect on the other side of the shopping center. And they say they found several guns on him. Police also found out what was on the suspect's mind at the time. They say he told them he fired the shots to scare away people. But which people he was talking about is still unclear. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
And police say 2 people in a stolen vehicle were hurt during a shooting at a West Side convenience store. It happened last night around 11 on Castroville Road, not far from Highway 90 and 151. Police tell us a man in his 20s was shot twice in the back and a teenage passenger was hit once in the arm. The victims drove to South Acme Road where they eventually called for help. We're told the teenager ran inside an apartment complex and the driver was found with the car. So far, no arrests have been made.
Families of the 21 victims of the Robb Elementary School shooting once again asking for change, this time at Uvalde CISD's final board meeting before May 24th.
That's the 1-year mark since the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary. But the majority of the meeting was spent talking about new online threats against schools. The victims' families asked the district to take these threats seriously.
I feel like we need to take everything serious and not just assume that it's not credible, because we never know because that man, that person that did what he did, just put it on social media and nobody took him serious either.
In response to the increase of online threats against the schools, the district will no longer allow backpacks for the remainder of the year. Instead, it'll be implementing a clear bag policy. Interim Superintendent Gary Patterson says he believes these threats will continue and ramp up in the days leading up to May 24th.
Very difficult. It's frustrating to all of us, and it's one of the fastest rising causes of frustration in our country, where we can't track these in real time and get that information whether they're credible or not.
And it's happening all across the South. Patterson says that if parents choose to keep their students home for the remainder of the school year, they will be excused absences as long as parents let the district know the students will complete their work.
This noon, police still investigating why someone shot a man on the southwest side of town. It happened around 2:45 this morning at an apartment complex in the 100 block of Ames Avenue, not far from I-35 and Highway 90. Police tell us the victim was outside a woman's apartment when her ex showed up and shot the victim. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay.
And investigators are trying to figure out what sparked this fire at an abandoned building on the city's west side. That fire started just before 11 o'clock last night at a building on Southwest 19th Street, not too far from Tampico Street and South Laredo Street. Firefighters say they got there to find the flames were already showing from the commercial structure. We're told it appears the fire started on the outside of the building and then it worked its way up to the second floor and up into the attic. No one was hurt.
Right now, the future of the Spurs depends on the numbers on ping pong balls. The draft lottery is tonight. More in a few minutes in sports.
It's a common problem that can lead to deadly consequences on the roads, but the solution is simple and life-saving.
TxDOT is reporting that wearing a seatbelt reduces the risk of dying in a vehicle crash by up to 45%.
Incredible in this day and age. In fact, more than 1,200 unbuckled drivers and passengers Max Massey shows us TxDOT now launching its latest ticket or click.
Fire blew out and jumped a culvert and hit a rock wall embankment. It landed upside down.
This was the scene back in 2009. A crash
My buddy Trey was in the vehicle with me, and we both come to, and they saved our lives.
EMS rushed them to the emergency where, thanks to the seatbelts,
Was because I was buckled up.
and look at the straps holding up the truck on the crane.
Absolute best safety device that we have. Over the years, I've and time again, we see horrific crash.
It's a common problem that officers see all too often that can easily be
Texas is a big state. That's a lot of people not wearing their seatbelts.
And of course, if you don't buckle up, there will be repercussions.
Make sure you click it or ticket, or our officers are out there looking for you, and you will get one.
As for Ethan, he has a message for anyone who thinks taking
We're into that hit and miss pattern now. They hit you and then they leave.
Well, we're also maybe those of us who got hit pretty hard drying out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. We said there is some more opportunity to get some rain today, but it will be usually pretty quick moving. You'll get some showers and storms and they'll move right along. The rain has been good though. Like, it's been a good month for us. There's no two ways around it. We look at the Guadalupe River. The flow is not great. This is still well below average, but it is better than it was. So we're going to look at the positive here. The stream flow up there around Kerrville, 57 cubic feet per second. That's an improvement. Same in Comfort. Spring Branch is at 88 cubic feet per second. If you remember, last year we were talking about the stream flow being close to zero. So we have seen some improvements here. It's going to take more time for us to really get the river really flowing again, but this is good, and it's good for those who want to go float the river. And as we look at the aquifer, It's at 646, which is still a fairly low number. We're still in stage 2 water restrictions. That hasn't changed. But this is the highest level of the Edwards Aquifer, the J17 well, we've seen since May of 2022. So again, all of this to say, we're headed in the right direction. Hopefully we'll continue to see some more rain around the area. We could today because we have an area of low pressure sitting over parts of Mexico, and that's starting to give way to some lift around the area that is yielding some showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms as you get up there around Del Rio, north of Del Rio, south of Rock Springs. Starting to see some clouds increase here around Cotulla. So this is the kind of cloud cover that can blossom into showers and storms. And now starting to see a little bit of activity down there in Atascosa County. So we'll switch back over to the radar here, and I'll show you what we're talking about. So we had those storms pop up there south of Rock Springs, seeing a lightning strike associated with that. And you may see some lightning strikes, some thunder with any of the activity that develops today. A little closer look there, and you can see just to the south and west of Rock Springs, that's where we're seeing a little bit of activity at this hour. And then we'll look south too. We had a lot of storms there along the coast, and as I said, they're around Pleasanton, starting to see some of this activity bubble up. So I'd say about 30% coverage today, and as we look at the computer models, it certainly shows that by 4 o'clock. Isolated activity, San Antonio, Bernie, Kerrville. It's going to be random. We can't pinpoint exactly where it's going to develop. But if you do get underneath one of these showers or storms, you could pick up a quick ½ an inch. I think we probably peak this evening as far as coverage, and then once the sun goes down, most of this clears out. We lose our energy in the atmosphere, and then we're left with mostly cloudy skies tonight. As for tomorrow, not near as much rain, maybe 1 or 2 pop-up showers. That's it. Probably 10% or less when we're talking chances. Forecast for today, 82 at 3 o'clock, and we'll stay right there in the low 80s. Again, if you do see some rain, it cools you down a little bit. And then we take the rain chances down after 8 o'clock and take them away overnight tonight. Right now, we've got partly to mostly cloudy skies, 81 here in San Antonio, and the dew points, they're still up there. It's not as high as it could be. We're in the muggy territory, but there's enough moisture out there to generate some of this activity. And we'll look at the dew points. They stay high through Saturday before we get a weak frontal boundary that brings them down ever so slightly this weekend. And that may help us get a few more showers and storms back in the forecast. So 87 tomorrow, 89 Thursday, 91 Friday. Pretty quiet to end out the work week. And then this weekend we'll have some additional chances for some showers and storms, guys.
Thank you so much, Justin.
The success of the Spurs over the next few years could be decided by the bounce of a ping pong ball tonight. And the Nuggets and Lakers are about to tip off the Western Conference Finals. One of the teams is surprised to be there. The other, the best in the West, no surprise.